Hello there, and welcome to the 17th episode of Strategic Zoomcast. You're watching Noggano. He is USF. This is Angerville Farms, and the northern player is none other than Dusty playing as the Wehrmacht. This is the NA bracket of the ESL Go For Cup 2, the week 2, and it's a good game. I know that for a fact. I have it on good authority that we're in for a very nice little game here, and without further ado, I think one of the main reasons it's going to be a little bit interesting is very soon to suddenly pop out from nowhere, I presume from this angle, is going to be a sniper. So I'm just going to keep my camera here. I mean, I have actually mistimed this horribly. It'll allow me to very quickly say, you may notice the quality settings have increased dramatically in this particular upload. It's because I have a new graphics card. There he is. Sniperinho, late but he's here regardless. So the sniper's the first thing built for Wehrmacht. Your USF player Noggano is pushing straight for this fuel point, for a pretty heavy capping order here. He's got the tank trap behind the point itself to make it arguably a little bit one-directional in his favour, but of course the tank trap is multifaceted in where you can take cover behind it. Sniper's going to show its head very shortly, and now this is a big thing for Dusty. What this will mean is he'll be able to push away this rifle in a couple of shots. So, well, don't make a fool out of me again, Mr. Sniper. He goes prostrate, takes a shot, big plume of blood, splattered everywhere, and that's why. That's 28 manpower down the drain, and climbing 56 manpower down the drain. Rifle squad has to retreat. 2 shots fired, 2 kills. That's why the sniper is such a great unit. So yeah, I've got a new graphics card, 8 more gigabytes of RAM, and I've overclocked and put a cooler on my CPU. Thanks to £100 of donations you may have seen on that YouTube video I uploaded. I got some people giving me a little bit of money to help me out, and I used a bit of my savings, and I managed to pretty much rebuild my PC. So that's why we've got 60 frames per second right now. And you've got rifles pushing away this Pioneer. He's soft retreating though, and the reason seems to be that this sniper is coming into play. So there's a bit of zoomcast showing the rifle again trying to push away the Pioneer. Pioneer diving for green cover, sniper opening up. Already kills a model on the rifles. 2 models killed, 4 kills for the sniper already. It's only nearly 3 minutes in, and this rifle's going to have to get out of there sooner rather than later. Sniper soft pedaling, and the rifleman hard retreating. Elsewhere, you've got this 3-man rifle that got the first 2 sniper shots. They're going to lunge for the house, and wisely so, because the grenadiers are advancing, but the sniper's prostrate, fires through the window, gets his shot very accurately planted on that rifleman's head, and pushes this rifleman away, allowing Dusty to take the cutoff very shortly. Elsewhere in the west, Noggano has managed to cap his fuel point, but the sniper again is marauding. He's going from east to west to east, now again to west. The 2-man Pio that never had to fully retreat is now acting, giving line of sight to Dusty. There you go, pushing up further forward, trying to find a rifleman to kill. And the sniper will oblige with that. Already 7 kills in 3 minutes and 40 seconds, and Dusty's also capped this eastern side of the map, and he's having such good fun with snipers. Such tremendous good fun. He's currently building a second. So a very interesting play from Dusty. It is rather trendy to build snipers against USF right now, and he's showing us exactly why. I'm going to pick up and press F2, and that shows us that the lieutenant has indeed just come on the field. Here he is. So he's got a bar, which is good if he gets close and personal with the sniper, but more importantly, what this will allow him is, yes, there we go, tech the M20 utility car. 20 fuel, 340 manpower, sniper hunting machines. So this sniper here is getting, this second sniper is going to be a big issue if he doesn't try and counter it. The first one just got, the master sniper rather, just got pushed away, thanks to just standard rifle fire. As soon as the M20 hits though, he's going to have a bigger problem. So he needs to work out a way to counter the M20, the inevitable M20, because it's obvious that it's going to be coming on the field. Noggano, by the way, has pushed this rear echelon up, and the reason was to take the eastern cut-off. So the map is now a patchwork of territory. You know, Dusty's currently capping this standard territory point and this munitions, but it doesn't matter because this cutoff is currently taken. Lieutenant also pushing up for Noggano, trying to get the victory point. Grenadiers seek salvage behind medium cover in an advantageous position, but they are against a Browning automatic rifle. Oh god! The M20's on the hunt. It's found the sniper out of cover. That's bad for Dusty. That's good for Noggano. He reverses the M20, hunts the sniper, gets the kill, and it looks to me as though Dusty has now been equalised by Noggano, and everything's now suddenly to play for again. It must be said, by the way, Noggano is still on 500 victory points, so although he suffered way more kills in the early game, he has actually managed to maintain his victory point count regardless of any good sniper play. Well, considering one of those snipers is now dead, you'd say that this game is wide open. Massively wide open. M20 goes up against the narrow side of the house, which is where it's good. Smashes into the side of that shed building, and the reason it's being a bit tentative here is because the Grenadiers can hop straight out of that building and fire a Faust in milliseconds if they should want to. Sniper's got to be more careful now, but he is keeping the M20 at bay, so the Sniper can afford to become a little bit more central. Possibly help out the Pioneer who's suffering and relinquishing the strategic cutoff there. Here comes the Sniper. Probably going to try and go prostrate to have a nice shot against that rifle, and that he's pointing south. Against that rear echelon, so that's the Sniper changing targets regardless of what the player wanted to shoot at. Here comes the 222, the natural arch nemesis. Ooh, big shot by the LMG. That was a rifleman that just went down, and I think, yep, that was a big rifle grenade shot against that tank trap, and then he headshotted him with the LMG. And here's the lieutenant. So that's a big win for Dusty. 280 manpower down the drain. LMG's doing work against the lieutenant regardless of any sustained bar fire. Here comes the 222 and Grenadier. Lieutenant seeks refuge behind that tree. I'm not sure how much it'll protect him against the rampaging autocannon of the 222 scout car. Goes around the south side of the building. Oh, catches him from behind, and the lieutenant's got a terrible retreat there. And doesn't he get blocked off and pushed north of the house? The LMG fires. 222 gets the kill, or maybe even the Sniper. Regardless, it's down and out, and Noggano is left with 4 infantry squads. And of course the M20, which is currently facing off against the Pioneer and Grenadier. Here comes the wrath of Noggano, pushed away fully by Dusty, having a great foundation in the east. M20 hasn't quite been effective as the 222. 222 has already 1 more kill, but I think one of those kills may be a very important squad kill. Squad vanquishing kill. Oh, nice choice by Noggano. He's going to try and get back into this game with the unaptly named Rifle Company, which is best known as the Rear Echelon Flamer Company. Of course, Easy 8s, etc. Also Fire Up and White Phosphorus still. It still maintains its White Phosphorus from its heyday. There you go, big sniper stun round goes in, fire incendiary shot, it pushes away. This rifle could go down, that would be devastating for Noggano at this point. The rifle just about makes it out of there. I think largely thanks to the distraction of the M20. 222 keeping that M20 at bay, however. Here comes the Pioneer to try and cap the fuel point. Dusty's had this fuel point over here for a long time as well. He's got 100 fuel and counting, and will be teching to Battle Phase 2, Tier 3, very shortly. There you go, Scout Car attains Veteran C1 by demoralising the M20. And the map has been swallowed up by Dusty's Northern Wehrmacht here. He's also got a pack, and he's taking a nice dominant position in the north. Pardon me. Interestingly, infantry awareness has been utilised by the scout car for 10 munitions. That's just showing him if there's any flanks coming in, and keeping his sniper safe from any harm. Grenadier pushed away by the marauding scout car. Pioneer's gonna seemingly try and scout for the pack. Big shot in, hits, and of course penetrates. LMG Grenadier's gonna seek refuge behind this heavy cover hay stack, seemingly. Riflemen advance onto the next level of cover. Push away the Grenadiers, they had no answer to that. Scout car diverting to the west, getting hung up on that big telegraph pole. Pushes it away regardless. You've got the Vet 2 sniper, 18 kills. Soon to fire and get its 19th kill. Will we see another rifle? Oh god, the sniper! Headshotted by Noggano on retreat. Both snipers down. Dusty says lol. But in turn, you've got this new Vet 2 sniper having to retreat through a maelstrom of fire. Also, the pack is getting into position, but the white phosphorus smoke barrage signalling that, of course, he has rifle company. If he didn't know it already. I mean, the rear echelon probably gave that away. He knows to prepare for easy 8s in the late game. But God, both players have lost so much so early, and thankfully for each of them, their opponents lost quite nearly as much. About the same. Oh, big shot in from the captain. Double bazooka, double barrel shotgunned the scout car. And talking about defeats, but straight away Dusty instead goes for mechanized assault doctrine in the Stug E, which will keep him in the game. It is almost a mobile defense-esque choice in that it's a little bit of an answer to having a lot of losses in the early game for Wehrmacht. At the same time, Noggano techs for the Stuart from the captain's tier. The captain's massively announced himself as being on the battlefield with that big double barrage against the scout car. Stug E is a menace though. It is very good at picking off against infantry, and should it get the ball rolling, and should it attain veterancy, it becomes a really devastating unit. And see that now with its first shot! Oh! And the rifle nade was also in. Captain down, bazooka being stolen. M20's going to have to get the hell out of there because of the pack on this side of the field as well. And the Stuggy, 4 kills, first shot is now diverting to push away this veterancy 2 rifleman. What a great little game I've chosen. You know, I spent ages choosing which game to cast tonight, and I'm glad I chose this one. This is a right treat. Pack dithering around. It's going to relocate and try and... Well, it's just capping at the moment, and rather. Because both teams, or both armies, however, have lost a significant amount of units. I mean, it's only 30 minutes in, and look at the units killed, units lost already. Here comes another Stug E, however. So double Stug E's, complemented well by a pack. He's going to have to keep that pack in good position, though. He's going to have to get healing. He's doing so now. He's got 2 very low health Grenadiers in base. M20 flanks the Stug E. The Stuart pushes in. Oh, dangerous considering the pack, but the pack's currently on low health. And the Stuggy's going hell for leather, trying to flank the pack, but Dusty positions it expertly and gets a great shot in against the Stuart. However, the Stuart will just kill that one man necessary very shortly. M20 having to retreat very slowly. Stug E's reroute, take a big shot in at the Stuart's rear armour. 2 shots in. Stuart explodes. Crew didn't manage to relinquish their hold on the vehicle and die with it. Rear echelons with the flamethrower. Going to push away those pioneers in no time at all. And God, these Stuggies have been great choice for Dusty. What a fantastically interesting game this has been so far. Real curveball. Noggano's been forced to build a rifleman 14 minutes into the game just to compensate for his losses. But there we go, the M1 AT gun now on the field. Oh, the second shot hits that van. Or truck, rather. I think a van is an enclosed truck. Pack still hasn't been recrewed. He's just built another Pioneer. That'll help out with such matters. Because, of course, he's going to be worrying a little bit about... I think he should be worrying about the M6 mines from the M20 shortly. So, MG42 being stolen. You know, that's a big find for Noggano. Because an MG42 can be absolutely devastating for Wehrmacht to come up against. Especially considering I know he has the Stug E's, but he has no indirect fire to take one out right now, because the sniper's down, of course. Not that sniper's indirect fire, dear God. Sniper's probably the most direct fire you can ever get. Pioneer pushed away from the east. Oh God, he's going for the pack, but he's going to be under a convergence of Stug E fire. If he can retreat the pack and keep the shield up, however, he may. Yes, he's doing that right now. So 2 stolen support weapons. That's a big loss. Stug E's are angry. M1 repositions. MG42 also in position to thwart the advance of the Grenadiers. And there you go. Pack shot goes in. M1 gets the kill. So synergizing AT guns there, and Dusty's in a compromised position, a heavily compromised position. However, he is on 11 command points, and he's halfway to Tiger in terms of fuel. Well, more than half, but he's you know, it wouldn't take him that long. We're talking about a Tiger at just after 20 minutes if he were to save his resources. Probably have to relinquish a little bit of the map in order to get there so quickly, though. Rifles getting in a nice position to fire on this Grenadier squad. They will have to retreat through heavy fire, but the other Grenadier squad with an LMG comes out to help. Rifle made in, does miss. Most south Grenadier retreats, as does its northern compatriot. Big shot in from the Stuggy, pushes away the rifleman. The Pioneers all the while getting their MP40 shots in. And this M20's been alive for a long time. It's only got 10 kills, but it has been preserved quite well for austerity. Here's the rear echelon team. 8 men, 1 minesweeper, 1 M2 flamethrower. Great de-garrison tool, a great tool for any player, really. That big 8-man squad. Noggano has the west. He's got it covered, but with anti-infantry and a hell of a lot of anti-tank. It's all about trying to capture the east now and deny his opponent any further resources. Using riflemen to cap very quickly there. Not that they cap any quicker, but you know what I mean. Stuggy repositioning. It's going to be a big shock unit on these rear echelons as soon as it wants to be. Surely it should be able to see that by now. Rear echelons divert behind the house. Stuggy instead fires on the garrisoned MG42 there. Rear echelon with the flamethrower pushed away quite heavily. Dusty has a lot of work to do if he wants to get back into this, but we've seen already that this game has ebbed and flowed quite a lot so far. Look at this MG, keeping so much of his army at bay. Only the Stuggy can stop it. And there you go, big shot in on the house. Does a little bit of health damage to the MG. But you've got a very interesting pack placement there. Through the hedgerows, pushing away the Stuggy. And this game is all about this funneled activity here. We've got a hell of a lot counting on this particular engagement. And 20 keeping the west whilst it goes on. But to be honest, Dusty is suffering in terms of what he has at his disposal now, right now, and it's all about trying to get to that Tiger. He's just gotten his 13 command points. He just needs his 230 fuel. So in 42 fuel time, he will have that Tiger on the battlefield at Panzerkampfwagen 6. To be honest, that could be a big turning point. I mean, Noggano will have access to Easy 8s. He doesn't quite have his major as of yet, but he will have them as soon as he techs that major. They cost in themselves... Sorry, hang on. Yeah, that's how you get there. They do cost 140 fuel, so 120 for the major, so... yeah, he'll have one probably just about the same time his opponent has gotten the Tiger on the field. He'll have the ability to build an easy 8. Of course, in his favour, Noggano, he does have the 2 anti-tank guns as well. So it's going to be an interesting one. Easy, 2 anti-tank guns versus a Tiger and an easy 8. You've got the LMG Grenadiers, the Pioneers with a flamethrower as well. So to be honest, this will be a rather equalised battlefield when that Tiger hits. Oh, not if the pack has something to say about it. 2 great shots in on the Stuggy there. Rear echelon scouting for it. Grenadiers having to retreat very quickly. Pioneers with their flamethrower hitting off against the... You'll notice because behind cover they'll sustain increased damage due to the flamethrower there. Even though they just hit Veterancy 3. Big rifle nade goes in, only hits 1 squad mate. And the stolen MG42 thwarts Dusty's advance. And right now he is about to be triple capped. And Noggano has only lost 10 victory points in this entire contest. Stuggy being repaired just north of your picture. MG having to be back-teched, or rather rebuilt, for Dusty. He's recognised that he is actually losing the infantry battles, and he wants a suppressive unit to counter the MG he's already lost in this game. He'll counter the flow of play, rather. Stuggy is going over to the west of the battlefield, probably try and get one of those victory points, but he may as well have kept it in the east. We'll have to see if he makes me eat my words there. Of course, the M1 AT gun's over there, so that's probably a waste of the Stuggy. Probably should have just carried on repairing it. Vet 3 rifles with the bar being pushed away. The rebuilt MG42 is found out almost immediately and is pushed off just as soon as I say it. Oh, and here comes the Tiger. Just as the Major gets teched, and yeah, as I thought, the Tiger will be on the field for a little tiny bit before he has the 140 fuel required to get that easy 8 out. Tiger does a hell of a lot of good work there, pushing away the rifle, but more importantly, pushing away the rifle in the path of the Grenadiers. And this Tiger is going to be the shock unit Dusty needs. He's still got his Stuggy alive. He's got 3 of his 4 Grenadiers on Veterancy 3. But that Pack 40 is going to be a thorn in his side, as is the similarly lost MG42. Yeah, if he'd kept hold of his support weapons in this game, he'd probably be in a lot stronger position right now. There's a little bit of relic pathing for you. The Tiger reversing its fanny at the stolen MG42. Didn't actually mean any detriment to it though, fortunately for Dusty. Elsewhere, they got the M20 climbing up to 13 kills, attaining Veterancy 2. Stuggy's going to come to counter it. Of course, the M1 is still on the west of the battlefield. There you go, Stuggy. Of course, penetrating the M20, one of the few pieces of armour it can penetrate. M1 repositions elsewhere. Tiger's been dominant. The pack is on that side of the battlefield though, but it's more importantly, here comes the march of the infantryman for Noggano. Where is the MG42? It's currently in the west, so these infantry squads are going to be unopposed. LMGs are going to try and have something to say about it. And the Tiger's going to have something to say about the infantry. Stuggy's still trying to push after the M20, but there's the M1 again on that side of the field. The Pioneer retreats with a slither of health. Pack attacking ground, trying to pick off against the Tiger. He can hear it being repaired. He can't see it, however, so he does miss. MG42 facing its natural nemesis, the M20. M20s are the bane of MG squads in the current meta. Smoke pot. It's again popped. Tiger repositions over to the west. Of course, Tigers did a lot of repositioning in the Second World War. They were needed on all fronts because they were so valued and so difficult to utilise due to their lack of manoeuvrability. They were always being packed up onto trains and shipped over to different sides of the Eastern Front and eventually even the Western Front and Italy. and North Africa. They saw fighting in many areas of the Second World War, of course. Very difficult to try and transport them on the Russian train system, however. One of the many reasons you should never attack Russia. It's interesting to me that this grenadier hasn't had the required munitions to get his LMG yet. Doesn't matter, however, because he's still contributing to the death of this rear echelon squad very shortly. In the west, Dusty's had to focus on trying to attain this victory point. He's using his Stug E and the Tiger, who's currently doing some terraforming. To do that, Tiger's now again moving over to the east, taking no notice of Angerville's big bush system. He's dividing the map in twain with his 60-ton frame. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Just a lot of bar fire coming into the west, pushes away the grenadier, the Stug. He does have something to say about it, but then the M1 is going to have a retort to that. This big house does go down. I think the Tiger may have attacked ground to contribute to that. Wish I had my camera on it to confirm, but that's my gut instinct, that's what it says. Now then, where else can we go from here? I mean, you'll notice that Dusty does not have any of the tech buildings, so he's having to rebuild a pack. Probably a wise decision, because you know how I predicted we'd see EZ8s? We haven't seen them yet, but I predict we'll see them very shortly, because he's currently pooling the prerequisite 380 manpower. So as soon as he hits 380, how quickly will he build that EZ8? Not quickly enough, my liking. You're making a fool of me again, Noggano. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me once, twice, shame on me. Oh, mines, finally. That's the M20, I guess. Of course it was. Yeah, it does indeed reveal that the mine has been laid. He did have to momentarily micro on the east, which caused the M20 to linger. There we go, finally teching the tank we've spoken about many times. Stuggy's done okay for itself. It's got a lot of veterancy thanks to its shots in on the M20. It's only 8 kills, but veterancy 2 regardless. Veterancy 2 gives it improved rate of fire, which is basically DPS for the damn thing. I think even veterancy 3 gives it more rate of fire. Yeah, more rate of fire at veterancy 3, so it becomes a squad wiping machine at that particular level of veterancy. Let's give some strategic zoomcast to show the Tiger is repositioning, getting into position to make a big assault on this M20. Not going to know what hits it. Unfortunately for the M20, the turret, you know, the turret's not got far to go, to be honest, if you were to focus it. Instead, he's focusing on the rifleman, because the rifleman just got rid of the rebuilt pack. Stuggy's also taking a big shot in. Fortunately for it, the Tiger has been shocked momentarily. And the Tiger's taking some massive ordnance from the pack. And from the M1 AT gun also. Tiger pushed away now with only 30% health. And the second built pack is about to be taken as well. The Stug 3 and the other Stug 3 have to do a massive amount of work, and they just about managed to get the shots in required to stop the second pack being taken, because that would have been Dusty out of the game. He's got to set up his MG into position to watch over that now, so he can't afford that to be lost. Here comes the EZ8, already with 1 kill. Faust goes in, only does health damage, of course. Tiger's got a long road to recovery, however, thanks to the veterancy 2 Pioneer having increased repair rates, it will soon be repaired. The other Pioneer will surely help with that also. And Dusty, he does have a Tiger still. He has 2 Stug E's, and it's going to be interesting to see if he can come. M20 is still alive at this point, even though it just danced with a Tiger and lived to tell the tale. 16 kills and 3 pips of veterancy. Rear echelons again capping the eastern victory point as he caps the southern one, and this is all about Noggano's savvy victory point play. Really great to see from Noggano. He's not leaving with Dusty with many options. Dusty, as soon as he's got this Tiger fully repaired, and then the Veteran C3 Stuggy with the insane rate of fire fully repaired, he needs to push, and he needs to push hard. So there you go, there's the Tiger coming into play with just 99% health. But you can tell that because the Pioneers still want to repair it, even though it looks to us as though it's got full health. There you go, the newly built pack pushes away the M20. This is going to be a big all-in effort from Dusty. He's taking a big chance here. The pack is out of position, it's been focused by bar fire. Tiger's trying its hardest to extinguish some of the lives of these riflemen. However, the pack, Veteran C2, soon to be Veteran C3, it's going to be an anti-armor machine. There you go, Veteran C3 now hits. The second pack to be built by Dusty has been decrewed. The Stug E is trying desperately to salvage the situation. The Grenadiers being pushed away. LMG Grenadiers with Veteran C3 trying their hardest to get a Faust in on the Easy 8. They do get found out by the stolen MG42. There's the Stuggy trying to salvage this situation, still trying to get rid of the new crewmates of the pack, the Americans. The Tiger's going to have to do some splash damage. There you go, gets rid of that, but he's got the M1 Veteran C2 AT gun. The pack 40 on Vet 3 to contend with, and Dusty knows it. He soft retreats the Tiger out of there. You've also got the Easy 8 broadside trying to kill this Stug 3. Tiger comes in with 50% health. Pioneer with the flamethrower tries to get rid of the M1. Tiger is darting forward and backwards. Stug E with Veteran C3 having to get out of there thanks to the Easy 8 Sherman. M1 gets to a safer haven. You've got two Grenadiers coming onto the battlefield, but this is Dusty trying to win the war. It's trying to win the battle when there's a victory point war going on. That's probably the best way to put it. This MG42, look at its wide cone of fire. It's been an utter menace for Dusty to contend with. There's White Phosphorus just thwarting any attempts to try and get back this pack. And look, the M1 may end up taking out the Tiger. It looks like, yes, indeed, we're going to have an anti-tank rifle grenade going on the Tiger very shortly. Elsewhere, the Stug 3's trying to go to safety. Sounds like the Stuggy, the Sherman Easy 8 is currently being repaired. Oh, nice! That was the Vet 3 Sherman taking out the Pack 30. Pack 40, rather. Stug 3 just went down, and this battle is getting intense. A lot is happening right now. Here comes the Sherman, takes out the Tiger, out of control. The Stug 3 is going in. You've got the Grenadier with the stolen bazooka, misses wildly. Pioneer's going in. Stug 3 attacking the stolen pack. This is situation desperate for Dusty, and it looks to me like he's out of the game right now. He's got 2 victory points running against him, 30 victory points remaining, and although he's now taking the pack, will he be able to reposition it? He just got a big bazooka shot in, but the Vet 3 M20 and the Sherman Easy 8 Fire gets rid of the new crewmates of the pack. That pack has been a whore. It's had so many occupiers. Again, rear echelons capping, this time the northern victory point. Stuggy to add insult to injury, about to be taken out by the Sherman. And there you go, that's pretty much Dusty out of this game. And Noggano, I believe Noggano goes through on this bracket. There you go, GG, well played, called. And what a fierce battle in the west of Angerville Farms. And what a great game. What an absolute gem we just found. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again for Strategic Zoomcast episode 18. Thank you and goodbye.